Hello and welcome. This is Melskinner, and we're back with some more Neo Scavenger. Continuing on with my I'm Not a Cannibal playthrough. And we just had a really tough fight with a bad mother, and he did some pretty good damage to us. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at this. We have a horrible cut in our gut, which is bleeding. Well, I say horrible, it's a moderate cut. I don't have any means to clean the wound, so we're just going to have to hope that our good immune system for being tough is going to pay off for us. So I am going to take the clean rag, and I'm going to go ahead and bandage that up. We also have another cut over here, which I'm going to also bandage. We did fortunately have clean rags with which we can bandage ourselves, but that was pretty much the limit of our clean rags. We do have some bruises as well, but we don't need to really do anything about them. Now, I did have a dirty rag in my hand, and that was just from the remains of the shiv. No, oh, you know what? We do have a bottle of water. If this is sterilized, okay, we actually do have a means to clean the wounds. All right, hold on. It's very important you clean wounds when you can. This is, you know, unfortunate waste of sterilized water, but it is important in that we clean the wounds before dressing them, because we could get an infection if we hadn't done that. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at scavenging. So this guy has a, well, let's go into our normal inventory here. So first off, he has pants. That's good because we don't have a pair of pants. Let's just go ahead and empty out all the stuff that he had. Okay, so he has saltine crackers. We'll put that in our pocket. He has cargo pants, which we are going to wear. They're not in great condition, but they're better than nothing. He has a boot, which is, I think, better than the gator that we had, which is in terrible condition anyway. So we're going to... Now we have a set of boots, which is good. We really don't want to get in another fight. We do also have gloves here, which we're going to be wearing. So we have one for each hand. They're not in great condition, but again, it's better than nothing. We have a shiv that he apparently had, but didn't decide to use. We have a battery, which is currently out of charge. Poisonous berries. Poisonous berries. So he was just carrying poisonous berries on him. He might not have known that they were poisonous. The rifle scope or strap we can put around our neck, which gives us a little bit of extra view or vision. We can also use the pool of water that we currently have in our area to fill up some of our water bottles, which might be important. Matter of fact, I'm tempted to just eat my potato chips and get rid of that bag. But for right now, I think the... Part of the problem, though, with getting the water is I have no means of sterilizing it. Until I have a means of sterilizing it, it really doesn't pay to carry the water because the water is heavy. So I'm tempted to just leave the water here and move on. I might want to take the broken bottle, though, to make myself another shiv. As a matter of fact, we can just do that in the crafting right now. So we get good glass shards out of that. And we're going to use one of our dirty rags, if I can see where that is. Where's our dirty rags? Should be here somewhere. I don't know why I'm not seeing it. I mean, it should be in our inventory. I can't see it, but I'm sure it's here. Fine. I'll do it that way. I couldn't find the dirty rag, so I'll just do it that way. Okay, so we have another 100% conditioned shiv, but as we saw in that last combat, the shivs don't really last long in combat. I hit him 3 times with the shiv, and the shiv was done. So, not something that we really want to rely on too much. Alright, well, that was still good as we got some clothing items out of it, and what have you. I think I'm just going to leave the assorted parts. I don't think we need as many assorted parts as we have. Okay, well, we have 5 action points, and I think I'm just going to get over here into the woods, and maybe even, I mean, it's not even midday at this point, but we're very tired from that long fight. And I think I'm just going to go into the woods here and attempt to Okay, we don't really want to encounter this dog if I can avoid it. Let's take a look at what's in the area. I can scavenge the area to try and find berries and things, which I think is not a bad idea. So we'll go ahead and do that. We use our botany skill to increase our loot chance. This is an instance where we can use an ability to help us. We'll confirm. And we found a lot of water, but we also found a edible mushroom, a poisonous mushroom. So a bunch of edible mushrooms, really. So we're going to eat this one. Now I have water here, but this is not sterilized water. I could take it with me, as I said, but I'm a little bit concerned about how burdened this is going to make me. But you know what? We're going to take it with us for now. Because we're not particularly burdened at the moment. And the mushrooms, the edible ones at least, I'll continue to eat. It is going to fill up my thirst. And we'll take a few with us, as they're in decent condition. Alright, well, we can try and craft here as well, and see what we can make with what items we have. Let's take a look at known items. So, what I'm more concerned about or interested in is weapons. Now, I don't know if there's an actual weapon category. There is. So, how would we make a crude arrow or arrow broadhead crude? We would need one sharp edge, so that'd be something like glass. We need one range skill, which we have. We need a medium rigid springy shaft and one small rigid sharp edge with a point to make it. So that'd be like the shiv that we have. And then 3 small springy sheets. I'm going to guess like a dirty rag. And 1 small thread. So that's a lot to make one arrow. But there's different types of arrows. So I'm going to assume the crude piercing one is going to be a little bit less stuff needed. So what is the difference? The main difference is we don't need 3 small springy sheets, but everything else, no, we do still need that. What do we not need? Small thread. It looks like the difference is the small, rigid, sharp edge. So probably what you're doing is you're attaching, like, for example, some kind of object to the end of the arrow to be your edge, whereas this is probably just a sharpened wooden shaft, like the end is just sharpened wood. The more thing that I'm wanting to know, though, is how to make a bow. So we've got 1 sharp edge, 1 range skill, 1 large, rigid, flexible shaft, and 1 medium thread. So we could make ourselves a bow, like, right now. And I don't see a reason not to do that while we're in the woods here. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is a fairly easy recipe. So what we need is first to get ourselves some tree branches. So we need a large branch because it said it needed to be large. Then we need to make a medium thread. So to do that, we get our handful of string and we can make a medium thread. We're going to take the medium thread. We're going to put that there. Okay. So now what we're going to need is our range skill. Okay. What was the other element to that? So we need a greenwood bow. So 1 sharp edge. So that's the one thing that we're missing. We need a sharp edge. So that is going to be our shiv, which is right here. And we can make ourselves a greenwood bow. And there will be 100%, which is fantastic. So let's go ahead and confirm that. And we have ourselves a bow. Now, we don't have any arrows, unfortunately, and I think that making the arrows may be a little difficult for us. So let's try and see what we can make. And again, I can't find my rags for some... Ah, there they are. Found you. Okay, so all of the recipes that I see are not really what we're looking for. So, oh, string. We're probably needing string. Okay, still don't have it. Let's take a look at our known recipes. So we're again looking for the the arrow, crude piercing. Just want to see if I'm missing anything else. All right, so what are we probably missing from this? So we've got one sharp edge, one range skill. We have that. One medium rigid springy shaft. We should have that. 3 small springy sheets. This I'm not exactly sure of. 1 small sharp point. Ooh, that's probably it. We don't have a sharp point. So what we're missing is we don't have another edge to add on to this. So what we need is another piece of glass or something. So we can't make any arrows at the moment, but we at least have the bow. Now the bow I can put on my back, sling it on my back, so we can work with the shiv for now, and later on we can use the bow as we get the items to do so. All right, so we're a little bit along the way to getting ourselves the ranged attack that I'm looking for. I almost am tempted to go back and get some more items to make this out of, because honestly, we have the items back here. I just didn't bring them with me because I'm dumb, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and backtrack here. It's possibly dangerous, as we may encounter some enemies here, but we know in this area right here, we had a number of good things that we can take with us to make the arrows we're looking for. Now, there were shards of glass, and I'm fairly certain that there were better ones than this, but we'll take this with us nonetheless and hope to make some arrows. We can at least use these to maybe cut with, if anything else. So let's go ahead and hop up here. So we see another dog over there. We don't really want to encounter that right now. All right, so we can come back over into this wooded area if we want. We are quite tired, so that is a problem. But the wood and everything we need should already be here. So let's open up our crafting. And let's see if we've got all of the items we need at this point. So what we're looking for is a... Trying to find this. There's the shiv. And we need our range skill. Okay, let's see if we have the necessary items. Ugh, okay, I don't know. Oh, string. Okay. Do we have the recipe? There might be something I'm missing here, so let's just go over all the recipes. So we need a sharp edge. We need a range skill. We need a medium rigid springy shaft. Got that. We need a small rigid sharp edge with point. Okay, the point might be the problem with that. Okay, we need small springy sheets. This I'm not really sure of either. And we need 1 small thread. So I was hoping that this would be the springy sheets, the dirty rags, but I don't know if that counts. And otherwise, I think we have everything. I mean, we've got a sharp edge, and we've got a small sharp point in the glass, and in my opinion, but I might be missing something or what have you. Not exactly sure. We could try other ingredients. For example, we could try this to see if it gives us an arrow as well. No, that didn't do it. My only other thought is maybe a stone? No, I don't know about the sharp. There's some items there that I'm just not positive on what counts and what doesn't. So in this case, I think I'm just going to have to leave for now. But I have items on me that we can use for crafting. Sticks I can always get anywhere, as long as we go into a forest somewhere. As long as I keep the glass and what have you on hand, we should be able to craft some things with it. So we'll see. As I said, there might be something I'm missing. But for now, do we want to hide out in this area? It is now midday. Let's take a look at what we've got as far as a camp. This should be a sufficiently big camp, although technically I don't have that much to work with. I think I'm going to go over to this forest. Okay, we had a deer off in the distance. And maybe a scavengeable in there. Let's see what items we've got in this area, as it says we do have items. We've got some water. I'm going to slap in our bottles. And we have some edible berries. They're in pretty good condition. But I'll go ahead and eat them. Let's just double check I read that correctly. Handful of edible berries. So that will help us with some thirst. Okay. So I'm still not sure exactly what I need to do to make an arrow. That might be something that I end up having to look up. But for now, I think I am going to move into this other forest here. And we're going to end our turn. How is the temperature? Still cool. Okay. We're not really shivering or anything like we were before. At least I don't think so. Yeah. Mostly we're just weary, being tired and everything. It is into evening, so I think I'm okay with camping down now. These are poisonous. We don't want to eat those. Let's go ahead and craft ourselves a camp. I don't have any tarp outside of the bag that I have, so we're just going to have to build a fire, more or less. And we have what we need to do that. Okay, there's our fire. Now, as I said, I have no means of sterilizing this water, so the water we're carrying now more as a last resort than anything else. Now, it is possible, but maybe I misunderstood some elements of the crafting, so I'm going to put in range skill here, and I'm going to put in the small string, and I'm going to put in the dirty rags, and I'm going to put in all of the glass that I have, and also the shiv that I have. So here I have a broad spear. That's as good of a spear as you can get. And I have a very good understanding of how to do that. And I even thought I had to have a melee skill to do this. But unfortunately, I don't know how to make the arrows. So I'm not exactly sure what I need to do for that. It could be any number of things. Maybe it needs hides rather than the dirty rags. I could try that by disassembling one of my hide gloves, but I don't know if that's something I necessarily want to do right now. All right, well, I think for now, what I want to do is make myself some traps so that we are not... So as a result, I am going to dump out some of the water that we have. And we're going to make some traps so that we are not caught off guard in the night. So to do that, we're just going to need some small parts and some string. And we can make ourselves a noise trap, which we're going to put in our camp. So we've got our fire, we've got our noise trap. We have a little bit of alertness. We have no shelter to speak of, unfortunately. I also need to get my sleeping bag out. Put that in there. So we'll get good sleep anyway. Okay, well, I think we're going to go ahead and put a cut in the video here. We've got our camp set up. We're going to be able to sleep tonight. I might look up and see if I can find out what it takes to craft an arrow, because I think that's going to be very important for this playthrough. And hopefully we'll figure that out for the next video. In any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.